All right, welcome everyone to our Sunday night episode of Mind Your Own Business. For those of you that are maybe new to Dr. Erin and haven't seen some of her trainings before, I'm going to do a little bit of a professional actually um, introduction. So, Dr. Erin Oksol is an award-winning high-performance mentor, psychologist, seven-time best-selling author, and top global leader in health and wellness company. Dr. Erin has taken the world by storm with her high energy events and science backed business coaching, working with companies including Microsoft and Facebook. She has been awarded Nevada's Professional Saleswoman of the Year and Nevada's top 20 most powerful women. Dr. Erin was named one of the 125 leaders globally to follow in 2022 by Success Magazine. She lives in Reno, Nevada with myself, her husband Garth, and the three wonderful children. Honey, take it over.
I don't make him call me Dr. Aaron. Okay, he just prefers just kidding, honey, just kidding. Oh my gosh, hi Jessica, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get started. I'm so happy to be with you. This is part of our series on Sunday nights. Mind Your Own Business, which is the name of my book. And we talk about all things high performance, sales, business, mindset, confidence, personal growth, all the things. We have 4 more Sunday nights in December. And so every Sunday night in December, same time, same place, we will be meeting. Garth is going to post all of the recordings from previous weeks. We have them in a link tree, thanks to my friend Brett, all in one place. And so this is really a series that is open to everyone. It's free. It's open to anyone building a business or wanting to learn any of the things I mentioned. And the reason this was developed was a couple reasons. One, my mission is to set the captives free. And that means to set you free from anything holding you back, to be your highest self, right? And free to be your highest self. It's fun for me. And I am growing my YouTube channel because I am hiring a book coach and writing a book soon that's going to go to the 5 top publishers. And when you're writing a book, they really want to see your social media numbers. So lots of reasons I'm sharing this, but every week, if you share this call in any way, maybe you want to even share the recordings somewhere on social media, maybe the link to the recordings or a screenshot of tonight or an aha that you had, you will be put into a raffle if you tag me at Dr. Erin Oksol, and you can win one of my books, a book of your choice. So we've got Mind Your Own Business and we've got Oh, How Human of Me journal. So every week I love to send those out. It is the highest form of praise you could give me is to share me with your social media. I know that is a very personal thing and I do not take it lightly. So again, tag me at Dr. Erin Oksol today, tonight, and then we will find all of the tags and put you in a raffle. And next week you'll be highlighted. We didn't do a highlight this week because we've been off for a couple of weeks, but you'll be highlighted in front of everyone of what you do in the world, your great work in the world, and we'll spread the word and set the captives free. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen. Thumbs up if you can see that, everybody. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So tonight we are covering 3 secrets to supercharge your sales. I'm going to go and open up my chat room because I love to read from all of you what you're up to and how you're applying all this. Let me make it a little bit smaller and then we will rock and roll. Okay. Before we dive in, I love talking about sales because I truly believe sales is one of the most noble professions that anyone can be in. And I say that because I really see sales as this gorgeous exchange between 2 people that are each standing in their highest power. So the buyer is in the world saying, I really want this problem solved, or I really want this goal achieved. And I've got this money I've earned and I'm willing to spend it. And I want to make a really good decision. And I want to make a decision that excites me, that I'm secure in, that will get me to my goal. And the seller is standing in their power saying, I have something of such value. I am looking for people who are looking for me. I am just looking for people who are looking for me. Where are they? And I cannot wait to find them and serve them at my highest level, because what I offer the world is just of such high quality and solves the problems of those who have the problems they're looking to solve. And so it's this beautiful, energetic exchange. And I think by the end of tonight, you're going to see some of that for yourself of how to view sales. Garth, Ollie, our dog, is wanting to go outside. So maybe we just help him with that. Yeah, the little doodle. Okay. So I want you first to think about, what do you sell? Okay, what are you selling? And before we dive into the secrets, I think one of the biggest places that gets us stuck, and I hear this almost every day from people that I'm working with, is, but I just don't want to be salesy. What do I say? Because we've had this relationship and then I just don't want to like make it salesy. And if I could impress upon you one idea, it is this, that everything is sales. And if everything is sales, then there's no mark, there's no line in the sand of like, well, I was cool and then I was uncool. Like I was not weird and then I was weird. I was not salesy and then I was salesy. No, it's Erin both times, always. It's Maddie both times, always. And let me give you an example. Grant Cardone always said this, everything is a sale and everything's a commission. So let me just give you an example of my 3 kids and how much they've been selling, and how everything we do really is sales. So Zachary is 13 and he lately has wanted his curfew to be extended. So he's like making a pitch. He's trying to make a sale, right? We've got Emily, who's in college, and we had a great first payday with Make Wellness. And she texted and I was saying, oh my gosh, I'm just celebrating this. And she's so happy for me. And then she goes, if you could send over 100, because it's rough out here for groceries. Like, she's making a sale, right? And then we've got my oldest daughter who says, let's decorate Christmas right after Thanksgiving, and not right after Thanksgiving, right for Halloween. And I said, what made you think of that? And she said, well, I wanted to get you in the giving mood. These are all funny examples, right? But everything's a sale. When Garth made the greatest sale of his life, he got down on one knee, right? Right, honey? And he asked, I'm teasing, when I spend the rest of my life, that was the greatest sale I ever said yes to. Oh my gosh. So do you see, there's no like, there's sales and there's not sales. When it becomes who you are, that's when everything changes. I want you to think about this really interesting idea that we are actually all selling the same thing. Now, what we take money for and exchange for value might be different. I might be slinging peptides. You might be selling financial planning. You might be selling boutique sweaters. Garth might be pitching a design for a bridge. But we're all selling happiness. When you truly look at it, the end result of whatever we're selling is happiness. Okay, look at the Starbucks cup, everyone. That first sip feeling. They know. They might even know they're not the best coffee out there. Can I get an amen on a Sunday? Okay, we want the first sip feeling. Okay, we even have a cheeseburger, a small drink, and a French fry named after happiness. The Happy Meal. What does that have to do with a cheeseburger, a small fry, and a drink? Nothing. But they marketed it and they sold us. Yeah, we'll have a Happy Meal, right? Realtors that sell a home, they're selling happiness. So no, I don't want you going around the world like, what do you do? And you say, I sell happiness. I mean, you can if you want, but when you understand whatever you do is ultimately helping humans achieve peace, freedom, or happiness, those happen to be the same things all human beings truly want in their life. So whatever you're sharing with people has that much value. Okay. I'm going to share with you something that if you've heard me before, you probably know this saying, and I just hope that you hear it again because I don't want you to forget it. Okay. So about 8 years ago, I launched my business, The Higher Life, which is my coaching, consulting, and speaking company. Okay. And I had never been to a networking event. I had never eaten chicken with strangers. Okay. Ever, ever, ever. I didn't know what to wear. I didn't know what to say, but I was like, I have to go and meet humans because I'm not going to find my humans on the couch. And so I went. And within a year of my first networking function, I became the professional saleswoman of Nevada. And I was like, what the, how the, I came home when I learned that I won, and I told the only people that were around, which was our children, I'm like, I am the saleswoman of Nevada. And they said, what do you sell? I was just like, well, I realized something, and I realized when we were at Lake Tahoe, and this was Zachary 8 years ago, and he was looking through my friend's telescope, and he was looking all the way across Lake Tahoe, and all the way across Lake Tahoe was a boat. And he exclaimed, I see humans. And it dawned on me, oh, that's how I became the saleswoman of the year. I said, look at my calendar. I feel like I've met a lot of humans this year. I went and tallied up. I had gone on 213 coffee dates. Okay. I do love coffee. So this strategy, some might say, is not duplicatable, but you got to be talking to the humans. And what I did on those coffee dates before I learned how to do sales, and before I hired a speaking coach, and before I hired all the mentors, I just did what any psychologist knows how to do. What do great therapists know how to do, everyone? If you know exactly what we know how to do well. We know how to, yes, Maddie, we know how to ask questions. And then we know how to listen. And I looked back and I thought about, on those coffee dates, I was very strategic in the questions I asked. I was strategic that I did as very little talking as possible and as much listening as possible, because here is the deal. It goes like this. When you see the humans, and only when you see the humans, can you serve the humans. And when you serve the humans, you will make more sales. So if you want your sales to go up, you've got to ask yourself, am I seeing the humans? Because the only way to serve the humans and make more sales is to see the humans. Okay. Maddie's my financial planner. Garth and I's financial planner. We met in a line at a networking event. Okay. First of all, we saw each other. We decided to be women that would talk to one another. Okay. So you could go to a networking event and you could choose to not really talk to anyone, right? And she and I gravitated like energy to each other, and we start talking. And she says what she does. And I say, I've been looking for someone like you. Tell me more. And she says, tell me more. What are you up to in the world? And I tell her these big plans we have because of Make Wellness, and how I'm finally going to need to manage my money because I'm going to be making so much of it. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's what I do. I can help you with that. And we joyfully found each other. So see the humans, talk to the humans, so you can serve the humans and make more sales. And whether or not you make a sale with every human that you're seeing is not the point. It's just a great way to live your life. Isn't it? So I don't go around the world seeing people having numbers on their forehead, or, oh my gosh, that could be a new client for $5,000, or I don't do that. But I know that I'm going to have to talk to enough humans, to see enough humans, to serve them, to potentially make a sale. Because remember, not everyone's looking for me. I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. Okay. Kind of a global umbrella here of what great salespeople do well. It's the same thing great leaders do. And John Maxwell says basically that leadership is a direct result of your ability to influence people. And your level of influence is a direct result of your ability to connect with humans. So do you see now all the coffee dates I went on, seeing the humans, to connect with the human and then to influence them, and then you are a leader is actually the same synonymous thing as sales. Sales is leadership. And in leadership, great leaders teach people how to think about things. And so do great salespeople because they are the same thing. So they're saying things like, and write these taglines down because these are great social media posts. These are great questions to ask, but you want to teach people how to think about things, which is what I was doing on those coffee dates. Okay. So one of the taglines is, have you ever thought about, have you ever noticed, teach people how to think about things. If you're a realtor right now, have you ever noticed how everyone kind of, they think that you have to have all this money to get a house, or like, did you ever, did you ever, did you know that right now actually is a great time to buy because of blank, blank, and blank? Did you know that the health and wellness industry has never innovated in 40 years? Like, did you know that? Like, I just learned that and my mind was blown. I'm teaching people how to think about things. Did you know that people on Ozempic lose half of their weight from muscle? And did you know muscle is actually the thing that actually kills us in old age because it's sarcopenia and friends don't let friends die of sarcopenia? Did you know? So teaching people how to think about things, or have you ever noticed or imagine? That's a great word to get people to think about how to think about things. Okay. We already went over this, but great salespeople ask great questions. And 3, they bring the joy. And I'm going to walk you through all of these as we go through kind of the 3 secrets. Okay. The greats ask great questions. So what makes a great question? I want you to think of, how do you tee up a question so that their answer is related to something that you offer? So on the coffee dates, to be honest, I wasn't asking a lot about, things that weren't related to growing a business because I'm a business coach. So I was asking them things like, how long have you been a realtor? Oh my gosh, what do you love most about real estate? What's your biggest challenge? Like, what's your next goal for what's like the thing for 2025? So with your questions, think about not only being strategic, but casting vision in the questions. And you'll notice that a lot of my questions are really positive, presumptive. They are assumptive in a positive direction, right? So, oh my gosh, what would just get you so excited this year if you could create that in your business? What's been your biggest challenge? What do you love most about it? I'm assuming they love their job, and they're going to tell me either what they love most about it, or they're going to say, actually, nothing. I'm looking at creating a whole new thing. Oh, really? Like entrepreneurship? Oh my gosh. Then I start listening because guess what? That's who I serve. Do you see, like, what excites you? What concerns you? What would be a success for you? What are your health goals right now? Like, what would just make you giddy excited if you could do with your money in the next 10 years? Like, what would make you just feel so safe and calm and all those things? Okay. Okay. Secret number 1. Secret. Oh, sorry. Secret number. Oh my gosh. I went right over that one. Secret number 1 was to be interested, not interesting. And what I mean by that is kind of like, just like it sounds. I'm not super interested in being interesting. I'm way more interested in being curious about the person that's in front of me. They will ask questions as we go, and I will answer them. But if I'm the one leading with the questions, if I'm the one that's strategic, if I'm the one that's interested and curious, I'm really the one that's leading the conversation. I'm the one that has some persuasive energy, which is sales, right? But fall in love with being like overwhelmingly curious. Harvard Business Review says when you look at the business titans in the world, the quality they have in common the most is they are curious. The very people that probably know the most are the most curious. Isn't that interesting? It's a great, great duality. They're not asking questions because they don't necessarily know the answers. They're asking questions because they have to see the humans. And great leaders know you have to see the humans to serve the humans. There's so much psychology in being interested, not interesting. And again, it makes you a really enjoyable human to be with. Right? Okay. Secret number 2, you are the first sale you need to close. So I want you to think about it this way. I need you to believe in what you are offering, what you are selling so much so that if your ideal client does not go with you, only 2 things can happen and both are bad. The first would be they don't go with anyone. They don't get their needs met. They don't get their problem solved at all. The second option is they go with someone else of lesser quality. And no one can give you this belief. It's the thing that you need to cultivate, however you need to cultivate it. You need to believe in what you're selling. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your industry, and you need to believe in, if you're in a company, your company or leadership. But you've got to develop that belief so much that you become what I call unbotherable. And you're not only unbotherable, you're almost like so disappointed if someone doesn't go with you because you just know that what you have is so great. And like I said, if you don't know that you can be that kind of leader or service provider or coach or whatever, you have to develop that. So you've got to ask yourself, do I believe? Do I believe? And not just like, I believe that it's possible. No, like, do you believe? Do you know? Again, that what you have is so valuable. So I want you to think of what you're offering the world as if you just discovered the world's greatest recipe for brownies. And we're just assuming that all humans love brownies. If you don't love brownies, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. But like, we're imagining that you just have just hit the jackpot and you're just like, I have found the world's greatest brownies and they're on this platter and I'm just going around the world just looking for people who want the greatest recipe. I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. That's what sales is. Not everyone wants what you have, but your job is to connect with people enough to figure that out. I went to an engineering conference, Garth. I'm gonna throw your people under the bus. Okay. I was at Garth's engineering conference and I was like, I'm here to speak about high performance and how to have it all and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, raise your hand if you want to be a high performer and live a life of greatness. And like 5 people raised their hand. Okay. Not everyone wants greatness. Okay. Weird. I know. Not everyone wants brownies. Not everyone wants health and wellness. Not everyone wants financial planning. Not everyone is looking for a house just because you're selling them. Like, you're just looking for people who are looking for you. And you're looking for people that say, I love brownies. You have the world's greatest brownie recipe? Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Related to this idea that you've got to be your first sale, I'm going to teach you how, but I need you to understand that if you're in sales, which we all are, I've already established that, but you all are because you are on this call. You then are in the business of contagious enthusiasm. It would be really great if you wrote that down. You are in the business, if you're in sales, of contagious enthusiasm. There are two kinds of people in this world, okay? There's the person that comes to the party and they're like looking around and they're like, well, hope this is a good one. And then there's the person that enters the party and says, it's good now because I'm here. Salespeople need energy and we need the joy. And I'm going to teach you that joy is not something that just lands on the lap of the lucky ones. It's actually something you generate yourself. Brendan Burchard always said the power plant doesn't have energy, it generates energy. And I just think this is such great news, especially coming from a woman who used to be clinically depressed. The fact that you could generate your own energy was unfathomable to me. I just thought the people that had the energy were the lucky ones. But when people say, who do I want to go with? They're going to go with the one that has the energy and the joy. And I'm not saying you have to fake it till you make it and be a caricature of yourself or a circus act of yourself. I'm not saying you have to change your personality. I am saying you need to bring some energy. If you are in the business of contagious enthusiasm, there is a reason why every single Uber driver I have ever had is the greatest Uber driver in the history of the world. Okay, that is not a coincidence. It's because I bring the joy. Do you see? I say that humbly, but I bring the joy. And then we have all of this fun and we're connecting. I bring the joy where I go. As Zachary says, Mom, you could make friends wherever you go. And I say, yes, but I've got to pay attention. I've got to open up my peripheral vision. I've got to look at people, compliment people, smile. And living with joy, again, is such a fun way to live. I mean, right? Okay. So I will tell you how to do that. But last, we talk about secret number 3. You are your greatest return on investment, especially when it comes to sales. You could go, well, the number one thing you can do for yourself if you want to increase your sales is to invest in yourself, whether that is skills or belief or confidence or posturing or energy, right? And so one of the ways to invest in yourself is to grow your confidence. It takes a lot of confidence to know that and to believe, right, that if someone doesn't go with me, there's just 2 things that can happen and both are bad. I mean, that takes confidence, right? You could come to me with any question about Make Wellness, for example, the company we're launching. And I have confidence, not that I know the answer. Confidence is your ability to figure things out. So I am fully confident that I could figure out how to get a question answered. I'm also fully confident that I will never be embarrassed by an ingredient list. I will never, I'm confident because I have an understanding, the knowledge of the things to be confident about it. So in adulthood, I want to give you the secret sauce here. In adulthood, confidence is the ability to figure things out. So that's definition 1. So you saying your confidence is not knowing exactly what's going to happen. This is where we get it wrong. Or that confidence that somehow you have to believe you're going to be great, even when you're like, well, I've never practiced this skill before. Why would I be great? That's not what confidence is. Confidence is I can get good at getting good at things. I'm a woman that's good at getting good at things. I'm a man that's good at getting good at things. I can figure this out. That's what confidence is. When I wanted to become a speaker, I wasn't confident I was a great speaker. I was confident I could figure out how to be a great speaker. Do you see? I'm not confident that I know exactly when we will hit $1 million in our income, but I'm confident we will because it's inevitable if I do what millionaires do long enough. Do you see? I am confident. I'm confident not in the timeline. I'm confident in my ability to figure things out. So if you're like, I could never be what she is or he is, I just don't know how they do it. Figure out how they did it and then do that. You've got to sell yourself. You are your greatest return on investment, your greatest ROI. We had duct tape on the kitchen table for so many years because we were investing in me. And yes, now we are having massive success. And it was a 10-year overnight success story. And I don't say that to discourage you to think you have to put 10 years in, because certain things in the marketplace can collapse time, and your success doesn't have to be linear, and it doesn't have to take you 10 years. And that's why you hire coaches and mentors, so they can collapse time and you can get a new perspective. But what I'm saying is I invested in myself. Garth invested in me. My financial planner knows the details. I've invested in me. The second thing that confidence is, it's the ability to confide. Look at the word confidence, confide. What are you confiding in? You're confiding in yourself, which means you're trusting that you are the person that can keep the promises you make to yourself. So if you don't have confidence, you're like, hot diggity dog, she's nailing me. I do not have the confidence because I know exactly what I do. I don't do what I say I'm going to do. That's okay. You can learn how. You can learn. It's just like walking. You can actually learn how to become disciplined. Again, not a trait that just some people have and some people don't. You can say, you know what? I learned how to walk. I can learn how to be disciplined. I don't know how to be healthy. I can learn how to be healthy. I don't know how to think positive. I can learn how to think positive. I don't know how to have resilience. I can learn how to have resilience. I don't know how to speak. I can learn how to speak. Everything is a learnable skill. So the last thing I want to say about confidence is this. I want you to maximize this amazing thing called the confidence competence loop. And one of the ways to grow your confidence is to grow your competence. In other words, go skill up. So if I'm like, Maddie, I want to be a pickleball champion of Reno, and no, I've never played pickleball. Well, I don't know if I should have the confidence that I'm good at pickleball, but I could go learn. I could go learn how to play pickleball. If you're like, I don't know how to sell, go learn how to sell. My number one first hire was a sales coach. I knew if I didn't know how to sell, I wasn't going to sell. And if you don't sell, you actually don't have a business, because a business is about making money and selling things. I was like, yeah, I don't know how to do that. My friend goes, well, just practice on me. Like I've been selling my whole life, just practice. And I did. And she goes, yeah, you're real bad. I go, I know I'm real bad. It was my first hire. I became saleswoman of the year 12 months later. I am really good at getting good at things. And I know you are too. So whatever it is, this is the thing that you're like, well, I'd have confidence if I was good at any of this. Go get good at it and watch your confidence grow. Confidence is not something that you grow on your couch. Confidence is not something that's a mindset game. It's a doing. Do you see? If you have to be the person you say you're going to be, if you have to keep the promises you make to yourself, you have to go do the thing that you're promising. So confidence is an action. If confidence was a thinking thing, everyone would just be like, okay, I am confident, and it would be over. Confidence is, you got to do exactly, Rhonda, just do it. You've got to behave your way into different thinking rather than trying to think your way into different behaving. I'll say that again. You've got to behave your way into different thinking instead of trying to think your way into different behaving. And that is being said from a mindset guru psychologist. There is only so much our thinking can help us with. You have to become a woman of action, a person of action. Go and skill up. Okay, I'm going to drop something amazing on you here. With sales, I also want you to understand something. I need you to ask yourself, how big is your context for success and how big can you make it? And I will explain what the heck I'm talking about. Okay. Your context for success. If you have a big, big, big context for your success, it's like, my mission on the planet is to set the captives free. And so everything that I do that's in the service of that is like, I am living my mission. And someday at the end of my life, on my deathbed, I will take inventory and I'll be like, how did I do? Was I successful? And I will say, yes, I was, because I know that I was like, I already know that I set the captives free. Okay. That's a very big context. Okay. That's the purpose on the planet. That's your mission. That's your vision. A little bitty, itty bitty, tiny little context looks like this. Well, Dr. Erin, I made a post and I don't have any sales yet. This is not working for me. Well, I went out to coffee and they didn't hire me. I don't think this works. Do you see? The smaller your context, the more easily you could accidentally conclude you're failing, and the easier it would be for you to quit. Does that make sense to everybody? You need a big context. Yes, zoom out the timeline. So a tiny little context is looking at the one data point on the valley of the, if success is like this, we're not going to look at the one dot on the timeline and be like, how we doing? Oh, it's time to throw in the towel. No. What if you're trending up? Okay. So your context is a lifetime of your mission on the planet. So we need you to hold a huge context for your success so that things do not take you off of your game. Okay? This year, I would say I learned this lesson. And this is a really painful lesson to learn, but it's probably the most important, and it will be the reason that I will be a millionaire in the next 12 months. This is the tipping point for me, and I believe many of us, that really the number one thing you need to cultivate is your faithfulness. And what I'm talking about is your faithfulness to your dream, your faithfulness to your mission, your faithfulness to your ideal self, your highest self, because your dream is going to require it of you. So what I mean here is we're not having faith in knowing how it will happen. We're being the kind of people that say, I'm going to stick around long enough to find out. I don't know how. I don't have a magic wand. I don't have complete control over the universe. Everything I do is a co-creation. And so I do my part. The world does their part. I do my part. God cuts the paychecks. I do my part. The universe sends me my next ideal client. But I do know I'm going to be the woman that sticks around long enough to find out. Yes, outlast everyone. I made a post last month. The secret of my success is I just don't go away. Just don't go away. Seriously. And I don't know for you what that tipping point will be. If it will be 3 years in, 5 years in, who knows? But what we do know is, do you have the faithfulness to stay dedicated to your dream, to your vision, not a goal, your mission, your purpose on the planet? Okay. 2 slides before we wrap up. And these slides are really the science of high performance, of how to get you that joy and that energy. And this is just a real quick kind of snapshot of looking at what the most happy, successful people do for their health and wellness and their overall spiritual health as well. But we know exactly what they do. And so you don't have to wonder. You can just do what they do. Okay. And you're going to get great results. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad, Maddie. That one made you emotional. I'm so glad, because that means it touched your soul. Okay. So we're going to optimize by doing these things. The most happy people in the world take 1 to 2 breaks every hour. Now, I don't know why. I don't know why it's magical. I don't know why we need to take a break every hour, but there's something about it. So every hour, we're just going to do that. What is a break? A break is not this. It's not this. It is getting a glass of water. It's saying hi to God. It's putting some sunshine on your face. It's doing some squats to get your blood moving. It's walking around the office or the house for a couple minutes. It's taking 10 deep breaths. It's just centering yourself. It's moving from one appointment to the next and saying, how can I release tension and set intention? Release tension and set intention. It's something like that, okay? So we're going to take a couple breaks every hour. 2 to 4 is we're going to eat 2 to 4 delicious, actual food, whole food, beautifully nutritious, healthy meals a day. Now, if you're an athlete, do what you need to do if that number is way off, right? But like, you're going to fuel yourself with beautiful food. You're going to need this if you are in the business of contagious enthusiasm, which you are. If you want to increase your sales, you're going to eat your way there. You're going to eat your way. Okay. 4 to 5, you're going to drink 4 to 5 liters of water every day. No, you're not going to get water toxicity. No, you're not going to float down the river. You are going to pee all day. That's all right. That's all you're going to do, but you're going to drink a lot of water. This is why when your brain cells are not lubricated, they do not touch. And when your brain cells do not touch, you cannot be creative. And that is brain fog, and that's overwhelm, and that's fatigue. The number one source for a lack of productivity is fatigue. And the number one source cause of fatigue is dehydration. So repeat after me. I'm going to drink my way to success. Okay. So you're going to drink a lot of water. All right. 5 to 6 workouts every week. What is a workout? It's moving your body. How would you like to move your body? If you hate yoga, don't go to yoga. If you hate lifting, if you hate, I don't know, all the things, do what you love. Do what's easy. What's the easiest and most fun way for me to move my body can be the question you get to ask yourself. Can I move my body for 20 minutes, 5 to 6 days a week? Okay. 6 to 7 is meditations a week, 6 to 7 meditations. You do not have to go in your closet. You do not have to sit somewhere for an hour. You could just set your alarm for 2 minutes and just breathe. You could do a mantra. You could repeat a word. You could just breathe. You could lower your shoulders and you could just breathe. But connecting to your higher self, your spiritual being, God. That's what the happiest, most successful people are doing. And then they're sleeping. They are sleeping a lot, 7 to 9 hours a night. So if we look at the business titans of the world, the happiest, most successful people of the world, they are not getting more done because they're sleeping less. They are sleeping more than any of us. Productivity is not about time in. It's about doing what moves the needle on what matters most and doing it with energy. So all of these things are going to increase your sales. You may like, look at me building my empire by going to the gym. That's what I tell myself. Look at me. Look at me making more money by taking care of my body. Okay. So that's just something to kind of look at and take inventory on. What are you doing well? What do you want to focus on in 2025 or the rest of the year? You could take a screenshot of this if you want. These are all the ways you can invest in yourself that get that ROI with me. But that is not the purpose of this call, but you can take a screenshot of that if you would like. And Garth, would you share the link to all of the recordings that we've done so far? Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, that was a whirlwind. That was a lot, but love this topic of supercharging your sales. And I want to open it up for questions. This is where we get to chat. This is where we get to share, wow, that was a new concept. That's going to change everything for me. Wow, I loved that. Whatever you want, I will love to hear from you. So if anyone wants to unmute and share, we would all love to hear that.
Sorry, can you the release tension and then what was the
set intention?
set intention?
Yes, every transition, like every time you get in your car, every time you go to a new Zoom meeting, release tension, maybe emotionally, spiritually, physically, and then set intention. What is my intention for this next meeting? Oprah Winfrey started every meeting at Harpo Studios for 25 years with her staff with the same question. And she said, what is our intention for this meeting? Yeah. Really happy, successful people are very intentional. It makes sense. They're like alive. They're awake in their life. They're really intentional. How do I want to be? I'm going home to my kids. What kind of mom do I want to be? I'm going out to coffee with my friend. How do I want to be as a friend? How do I want to be? What is my intention? Rhonda, I'm so glad it fired you up. Anyone else want to share anything or ask a question? Oh, Gayla, everyone needs what I have, but not everyone wants it. Yep, I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. That is such clarity. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. People put their money on what they value, and it's everyone has different values, and we need not understand all the humans. Humans are going to human. And so it is, right? But you're looking for people who are looking for you. I'm so glad that that will shift things.
I just wanted to comment, the way that you speak of confidence and how you have to behave confidently before you can change the way you think about it. That has been transformational, and I stumbled into doing that, and it's led to more connections, it's led to more meetings, it's led to opportunity, because even though I may not be super established in my career, I believe I will be, and I'm happy to learn how to be.
Oh,
So that it hit so like deep inside to see that walking that kind of path will be fruitful.
oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. That's powerful. It made me think of something, Maddie. A lot of people will say, I don't know if you've ever struggled with this or thought this, but I think this relates to a lot of us. A lot of will say like, how can I help someone that wants to make more money than I have? Or how can I coach someone that actually has more success than me financially? Or can I help someone get healthy when I'm not healthy myself? And it's like, absolutely. You have the skill set to help people go from point A to point B, which is solving whatever problem they want you to solve. So Maddie, someone in Maddie's position, is going to help people that have more wealth than her right now manage their wealth. And she's going to do that beautifully. Brendan Burchard coached billionaires. He's never been a billionaire. He's not coaching them for that. He's coaching them for high performance. Do you see? Like you can coach someone to be at the top in network marketing and you've never been at the top. You can tell them exactly what they need to do. So have the confidence that you know how to help the person get there instead of getting in your own way, right? Thanks, Maddie. I'm so glad you came. And Maddie, we are Maddie's clients because after we were in that line in the networking meeting, and I said, I want someone like you in my life. She called me and she said, let's meet. I've never shared this with Maddie, but I had those same conversations with 3 people at that networking function, and Maddie's the only one that called me. I told 2 other people, this is my year. I need someone like you. I'm going to have wealth. I would love to learn how. And they never called me. People were looking for people who were looking for them. They didn't call me. And they get in their own way for
Be,
whatever reason. Yeah.
be positively persistent. Assume positive intent,
So
and that
positive.
someone would want to know you, someone would want to work with you. And like you said, there's only 2 things that happen if they say no, and both are bad for them.
Well, they're
It
bad.
changes your life this much, but what you're offering changes their life more every time.
I love that. Think of others. Like Jessica, what sort of events? I go to where my ideal clients hang out. So I go where business owners are. So that was a Reno women-owned business meeting, but go in front of and get yourself in front of your ideal clients. And that might be all sorts of humans. If you're in health and wellness, that's a lot of humans. And so maximize your time. Don't just go to the gym willy-nilly. Go to the same class every week and start talking to people and make friends. You know what I mean? Like maximize the things you love to do, but maximize talking to people. Do you know what I mean? Maximize your time. Where are my people hanging out? Where are the people that love brownies? Where are they? I'm going to go get in front of them.
And that is so crucial to think about, where are they?
Where are they?
Where would I be if I lived the lifestyle of the person that I want to help? Where
Yeah. What are they doing and how are they spending their time and what do they do for fun and how can I have that be an energetic match of what I think is fun and because
Yeah.
you have to be in your glory too. Like I'm not going to yoga class because that's not going to bring out the happiest Erin. Okay, don't judge. Not going to be at yoga class. All right. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'm the lover of brownies. Yes, sure. Me too. Oh my gosh. I hope you all have a beautiful week. You are so welcome. Thank you for coming. I will see you next week and we'll have 4 more times together. All right.
Yay! I will be
Okay.
there.
And real quick before we go, remember the challenge that Erin put forward with the free giveaway. If you feel inclined to, share on your social media and tag Erin. And then additionally in the chat up above was the link tree link where you can go and get the other trainings in this Mind Your Own Business series.
I'll post them in the comments on my post in social media too. Okay. Love you all. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. See you Tuesday.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.